it's me, JC, back with another Ceramic Hour live stream. Yesterday we were working, we slab built a chicken. Where did I put that? Did I put it with the bunnies? Oh, I did. I'm like, Okay, so we were working on this yesterday. This is like super, still very wet. So, I don't know. I don't want to bore you guys with the same content, but I think I kind of want to like maybe make some progress on the bunnies. I cut these out over the weekend, so they are a bit stiffer than, say, the chicken. Okay, I think we'll just make some progress with that, but I would love to make some more chickens. Let me get my little sponge wet and put some water on my banding wheel, just kind of get like the clay dust off of it. Oh, I've got a viewer. Hello. Our little chicken is still drying, and I think we're going to make some progress with our bunnies and start trimming these. Just so I can feel like we're making some good headway, I think. So the bunnies have been sitting since like the weekend, so they are they're a bit more stiff. So now I'm going to just kind of like, I don't know, like, I guess like kind of like curve the sides. I'm not really sure like what words I want to use for this. Oops, I just like stabbed it. I feel like this is easier to do than trying to like curve it like while you're cutting it out of the slab. Is it better if I go this way? Maybe. Yeah, I think this is probably better. What do we have that's new? Oh my gosh. You guys. I forgot for like 2 seconds, I guess. Yesterday, I think it was like after our stream probably, I got an email and my Etsy is now a star seller. Like I have a star seller badge on my Etsy now. I am so excited. I have been waiting for so long to get a star seller badge. Like, you know, like I want to have like a great experience for my customers. It's just that like, I don't think I've ever had a star seller badge. I suppose that, no, I feel like when I was doing fairly well with my Etsy, I feel like that was before they had like the star seller badge, and before they had like Etsy's pick things. Those were like, I mean, I've had my Etsy since 2016. I've been on there for a while, but I feel like when I had this kind of like good like boom on my Etsy, like I don't think those were a thing, but I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think I ever got it before. Star Seller is only for like a month, and you have to like keep up those the requirements for the star seller to keep your badge. So if you don't really know what it is, I don't like have like tons of details You can find that on Etsy if you want. But basically, when you go to somebody's Etsy shop, it is, I think it's like right next to the shop name. It has like a little like badge, and whenever like wherever your shop name appears, so like if you're looking at a listing, your shop name is listed there, like it also has like a little purple star next to it, which indicates the star seller badge. But yeah, like on your basically like the homepage of your shop, so it has that little badge next to your name, and then it also kind of has this like its own sort of little banner type thing that says like what a star seller means. So what it means is you at least like kind of like for the customer's perspective, it means that you have an average of like reviews that are 4.8 out of 5 stars or higher, like, or better than that. You ship quickly. So like when items are supposed to be shipped, you have shipped them. Just like, I feel like that's so basic. I feel like that bar is really low, but I don't know. Apparently they're having issues with sellers not shipping when they're supposed to be. I don't know. I'm not one of those people. I literally will ship the same day sometimes. Yeah. And then what else? What else is the other one? I know on the back end, like for sellers, you have to have, so like within 3 months, you have to have like, these like great reviews. Like the average of your reviews is 4.8 or higher. You have to have, I think, $300 in sales over the course of 3 months. You have to, I think it says that you have to have like a minimum of 5 orders in those 3 months. Like you can just sell one item that was $300 worth, you know? What else does it say? This is ratings, this is shipping time. Oh yeah, quick replies. Quick replies is the other one that's featured on that little banner on your shop. So like when somebody messages you with questions, you reply to them in a certain amount of time, which I'm always very quick to reply to people. So my main thing was just trying to get like enough people to make purchases and to get that purchase order up so that I could actually like, I think those were like my main hurdles for being a star seller. My other points are like really great. Yeah, so I'm so pumped. I'm seriously like so excited. But again, so I have this badge for the month of July, and I'll have to, I suppose, yeah, I'll have to look at what my sales were for the last 2 months and then make up what I need in selling that this month so that I can still like keep my badge for next month. Does that make sense? Yeah. I feel like as a customer, it does look pretty good to see that somebody is marked as a star seller. It just feels better. Like it feels like, okay, like people buy from this shop, they have good reviews. I mean, it doesn't like promise that like nobody ever has issues with like the items they receive. I mean, I would assume that if you did have an issue, that it kind of goes in the review section of it, you know? Like if you if you had issue with like you didn't get what you ordered, you'd probably leave a bad review or like I don't know, like something like that. So I don't know. I just feel like it feels like a safer buy comparably to like other shops. And it just kind of like it helps you like stand out a little bit more from the crowd. Although it doesn't really mean much more than kind of like what those requirements are. So like I've been on Etsy, I've seen things on there that are literally like not handmade. They're things that you can buy on Temu or Amazon, and of course they're selling well, right? Because they literally just bought this thing, this mass-produced thing, and they're selling it as handmade for a cheap price. So lots of people are buying it. And, you know, it's not a handmade thing. These people are like, oh my gosh, it's wonderful. I love this thing. And they leave like great reviews and stuff. So even shops that are not, you know, complying with Etsy's rules can become like star sellers. I'm pretty sure that it's an automated process that Etsy's like system just does. Like, I don't think a person is sitting down and, you know, yep, like, yep, this shop has handmade items, and then, you know, clicks a button and then like approves them to be a star seller. I don't think that's happening. I think it's an automatic process if you meet that criteria. So it doesn't like guarantee certain things. It doesn't guarantee that they are handmade items. It doesn't guarantee that they're not breaking the law or something. Like, something that I will do is like, I'll search shops on Etsy, and it kind of like depends. Like maybe I'll search ceramics, or maybe I'll search like jewelry, or I don't know, different things that I think people would be buying items on like Amazon or whatever and then reselling on Etsy, that are obviously not handmade things. I'll go and like search around for those things. You can do, I think you just like right click. It gives you the option to search that listing image like on Google, and then if that same exact thing comes up, I mean, you have to really look at it sometimes. Sometimes it just pulls similar looking items, but if the exact same thing comes up on Amazon, I'll report that to Etsy and be like, this person should not be marked as a star seller. They're not even selling handmade items. Like, and I'll like, you can either report listings or report a whole shop if like it looks like none of their things are handmade and they're marked as handmade. Of course, Etsy also does sell things. They allow people to sell things that are like craft supplies. So obviously those are not handmade. Things like yarn, maybe it's like paint, whatever, like things that you could use to make other things. And I feel like that's what most people are like drop shipping. I feel like that's why Etsy allowed drop shipping on the platform, is for those items. Anyway, drop shipping is like, that's another topic. But Etsy does like allow that and vintage goods, which vintage does not mean that it needs to be handmade vintage. It's just something that is a certain amount of years old. So you need to see like what they marked it as, you know, before you report it. But yeah, I'll go and like I'll go and do that, because like I don't know, maybe it's just like the amount of time's not worth it, because there are like so many, like probably millions of like sellers on Etsy that are selling things that they shouldn't be. But I don't know, sometimes it makes me feel a little bit better. Like maybe they'll shut down these shops that, you know, they're just selling things that they bought off Temu for like $3 or whatever. And they're like saying that it's like a handmade necklace. Like, yeah, right. And that is like, sometimes it's so obvious. Like, I'm pretty sure that's not handmade. Like, and the fact that you're selling it for, like, you're selling a necklace for $10. Probably not. Like something that's like metal. I could say like a younger person trying to sell like a polymer clay necklace for like $10 because they don't know how to price. But like if it's like actually metal and you're saying that you like you know, I don't really know like metal smithing things, but you're saying that you like handcrafted that, like probably not. For $10? Probably not. You know, just like the really obvious things. Anyway. I'm super excited for this. Apparently it says that like I read a little bit about like the star seller thing, and apparently you're more likely to get featured, like your work is more likely to get featured by Etsy. Like I think they mean the like when they highlight certain items that are trending on their homepage. Or possibly their gift guide. I don't know. I would assume that the gift guide is not like AI. Like, I would assume it's not put together by an AI. I think like an actual person is putting them together. Like, oh, look at these trendy, look at these trendy summer dresses or whatever. Like, I feel like an actual person is putting that gift guide stuff together. And I think you're more likely to like get found by the Etsy people that that create those gift guides with it, or whatever. And they said something like your shop is more likely to be like included, like your images are included in like some marketing materials or something. I don't know, but I wouldn't say, I can't imagine there are any downsides to being a star seller. I mean, if you're really busy with sales, you know, like, I don't know, some people, I guess, are having trouble with, like, shipping on time. Like, that could be an issue for some people, I guess. But it's like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know why people have issues shipping. But yeah, like you could just like change your turnaround time, like that's listed on the shipping. So like, I mean, no one really wants to do that, like, because then customers are gonna be like, oh my gosh, it's not gonna ship for like a week. or something. I don't know. They might like be slightly less inclined to buy if you did that, but I don't know. I'm not living that life right now. What else? I think let's go to the front and work on this side. I don't know if there are any other requirements for to become a star seller. I think those are the main things that I mentioned earlier. Hopefully, I have no idea if I'm gonna be able to like keep my sales like up to continue like having the badge. I hope so. But I don't know. I really don't have like a lot of sales like on my shop either though. Like it feels very random. And I mean, I can't really blame people either. I feel like I don't know. I think people are saying we're in like recession and stuff. I mean, at least when you go to like, I already mentioned this in my last stream. I'm sorry. Like I already mentioned, like Jason and I went to Taco Bell and I paid for both of us and it was $40. Since when does Taco Bell cost $20 per person? It's fast food. Like like since when? Like I don't know. Like I feel like just the fact that like fast food costs that much like probably indicates a lot. Like I mean, you don't have to buy that, but obviously there are certain things that you do have to buy. You know, that were like, I mean, I'm sure prices are going up probably everywhere. So like, I don't blame people if they're just like, I can't be buying handmade things right now, you know? I'm even like being a little bit careful about like, the amount of like things that I'm buying, just like for myself, for like fun. Gifts are kind of different because it's like, man, I just need like something to like give this person, and if it has to be handmade, like I guess so. You know, but yeah, I mean, I don't really like blame people, and I feel like I heard like on this like YouTube video that it's not just my shop, but a lot of shops are struggling to get sales this year. Particularly in June. I mean, we don't really have anything except like maybe buying for birthdays, or if people are like buying for Halloween right now or the holidays, but like I don't know, I'm not living that life. I buy things for Halloween in September. Like, I don't know. I'm not living the Halloween life in the summer, but apparently some people are doing that. But like, otherwise, it's like, what else do you have to buy for during the summer? You know, like spring, you might be buying for Mother's Day. Obviously, in the winter and fall, you're buying gifts for the holidays. But like right now, I mean, like, there's not really anything in particular. Unless you really are like thinking like far ahead. So I don't know. I don't blame people if they just gotta like save some money. I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm in that boat. Like I need to be like, I mean, I'm being a little bit more like conscious about it. Like even if something is like really cheap, like I still want to like be like how much do I love it? Like like this guy at the the ceramic little market that I went to this weekend. I don't know why I like picked up this pot that he had, this little vase that he had, And he's like, I hate that vase like so much. I'm selling it for $5 if you want it. I was like, what? I was like, why don't you like it? I was like, what is wrong with this? And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, okay. I mean, I didn't see anything wrong with it, but like, even though it was like $5 for something that was handmade, like I don't think it like exactly fit my aesthetic, and it didn't feel like something that I would have anyone to gift it to. So despite it being like both handmade and cheap, I still didn't buy it just because like I didn't need it for anything, you know? Other than like if I wanted to just buy it to like support him as an artist. I mean, there's always that. There's nothing wrong with that. But people also have like Venmo. Like you could probably just Venmo people if you just wanted to like throw money at them, you know? And then like on top of that, they could still sell the thing, you know, sell that item. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just like one of those people, I'm not really like, I don't know. I think like some people are like a little bit too crazy, like angry about like fast fashion and stuff. I feel like I'm pretty chill about it, but I you know, I feel like people should take a second, you know, a second to like think about like, even if it is cheap, even if it is on sale, like, do you really need it for anything? And like, I mean, sometimes the answer is yes. You know, sometimes the buy one, get one offers like, you know, it's like, yeah, I really wanted this other thing anyway. But if you really didn't need it, like, I don't know. I just feel like people should take like a second to like think about that, or like, I don't know, just like consumerism stuff. I know a lot of people are like super negative about things like this, and I feel like it's kind of like deterring. You know, like I don't like it when like people make you feel bad about the environment or so, you know, people are like yelling at you like, stop using plastic. Yeah, just, yeah, any plastic. Plastic water bottles, plastic bags, like, you know, people are like yelling at you, but it's like they just make you feel bad. They don't really make you feel like you want to make a change. They just make you feel bad and like kind of make you feel like in this other group, you know, like you have the people that are like doing something about it, and then you have the people that aren't doing something about it. And I don't know, there's just like this kind of weird like what's the word? Not like perception, but like this weird kind of like feeling that you're like not one of those people, and you're never gonna be like good enough for that. So then you just kind of like give up with it, you know, like those people are always like, you can't use any plastic, you can't, you know, you have to shop at the the place that doesn't have any packaging, you have to recycle all the things. And like it's really overwhelming, like the amount of things that like you kind of like feel like you have to do. And I feel like a lot of people like feel overwhelmed and then like maybe don't make any changes because like the whole thing just feels like overwhelming, and then you just feel bad. I don't want to be like one of those people about kind of like the idea of like consumerism and stuff, but I do feel like it's good to just kind of like take a second look at stuff. And see if you really need it. Or if you've felt like you had a need for it. Like, it's so tempting to buy things at like Goodwill. Because I kind of have like these, I kind of have like hoarding tendencies where I'm like, I feel like either I know what I could use it for, or I'll be like, but what if I need it later? And it's like, oh my gosh. And like, I see things at Goodwill and I'm like, oh, like, I bet I could use that for something. Like, it's so bad. But I don't know. I think like, I'm not really someone that watches like TikTok. I only happen to watch TikTok if it comes across my Instagram as a reel sometimes. But apparently there are people that like spend like, I think they spend like a lot of money, like hundreds of dollars or something on places like Temu, Shein, things like that. They like spend hundreds of dollars on stuff there to like, and then they have like this like shop haul video. I feel like they're all like influencers probably. And then other people are like, oh my gosh, like what great deals. And like, I don't know. I think that's a thing. I'm not really in that realm, but I think that's a thing. And it kind of makes you feel like you need all this stuff. Luckily, I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment now, and I literally don't have room. I literally don't have room for, like, any more stuff. Like, I go on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that dresser is so nice. And I'm like, wow, I literally don't have anywhere I could possibly put that. Maybe I shouldn't buy it, even though it's a great deal. And it's really nice, or it's like really cool. The amount of like really cool couches I see on there is like too much. I just need to like stay away from it, and I won't be tempted. Like, I only go on Facebook Marketplace if I need something really specific. Like, oh, like I need a new desk or whatever. And then, like, I just go on there and, like, search for desks. Because otherwise, I would be buying so many things. But I also literally don't have any room to put anything else. I'm currently doing ceramics in my kitchen. Like, on my little dining table. So, I mean, there's that. But, yeah. I don't know. I feel like that's, like, it's important. I feel like this may feel, what's that word? I literally I blank on words all the time. I feel like this happened ever since I started doing the streams. Not really like ironic. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. But I know that this probably sounds like blank word that I can't think of. Because like, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm making things that people like need to have in their lives. It's kind of just like it's not a need, it's a want. Like, you don't need a rabbit-shaped trinket dish. You know, you don't need to have another cup or another mug or whatever. So, I don't know. Like, I feel like I can't be, like, too harsh on the environmental stuff because it's like, I mean, ceramic doesn't, I don't know what. Jason asked me this a little while ago. He said, like, what happens to ceramic, like, over time? And I'm not really sure. Like, like, it's not like recyclable. And I don't think it degrades. I really have no idea. Because it's kind of like, once it goes into the kiln, so you have clay, it goes into the kiln and it's fired to a certain temperature where it is not porous anymore. It becomes ceramic. And it's very, like, obviously, I think you could guess, from having plates, bowls, mugs, things like that are ceramic, that it's very tough. If you crushed up a plate, you basically have glass with the glaze. You have like glass, and then the actual kind of bits that were clay and turned into ceramic is kind of, I don't know, I would kind of say it's rock-like. I don't know. If you just stuck a bowl in the ground, I don't think it would really do anything. I don't know if this is like one of those things where it has to sit for millions of years until it does something. I don't know. I am not sure. I feel like you might as well assume that it's not going to do anything really. Because obviously we excavate pottery from, all regions of the earth really that were made like thousands of years ago. And, you have like a mostly intact vase, or, other than it happened to get like chipped or broken. Like, you have actual, just this solid ceramic piece, like it hasn't turned to mush or anything, like it's not degrading really. Like, I don't know, like it's not really sustainable is kind of like where I'm getting at. I don't think. I don't know. I don't know what, like, I have no idea if you could, like, if you took a bunch of pots and then you just crushed them, I don't know if you could do something with that. I mean, there's always the idea of like mosaics, but I mean, it's kind of like, obviously you're not like, this turning a ceramic plate into a mosaic isn't really like, in terms of like eco stuff, it's not really doing anything, because you just turn one art into another art and there's not really a difference there in terms of it like being biodegradable. So I don't know. I feel like the sustainability idea of like doing ceramics is pretty tough, but I don't know. I mean, I'm in it to make art. I don't know. I kind of feel bad right now. I don't know. I guess, yeah. No, I just kind of feel bad now. But I think like in our everyday lives, I think it could be good to look at ways that we can be sustainable, or like try, like maybe make some small strides to that. I live in Portland right now, and I feel like the fact that I live here has like really changed like how I think about like sustainability and like that kind of stuff, things for the environment. Like here in Portland, you like if you go to a major like grocery store chain, they might not give you like a bag. Like they might give you a plastic, or they might give you a well, you know, just like a paper bag. They might give you a paper bag. Some places will not give you anything, and you're just expected to bring your own bag, which it can be annoying, but I'm totally used to it now. It was super annoying because I would not be used to this. I've lived in the Midwest for the majority of my life, and the Midwest does not really care like that much. I mean, some, you know, people care, but like not as much to, you know, actually force. I think it's all of Portland. It has this like city-wide ban to kind of like strong arm even like big businesses like Walmart and Target to doing this. Usually what happens is that if you don't bring a bag and you need a paper bag, they make you pay for it. Which is like, I don't know. It's interesting. I do feel like it's doing some good. Because like I can't even imagine like how many plastic bags I, you know, otherwise would have used, because, you know, I'm from the Midwest. That's what you do. You go grocery shopping, you put it in plastic bags, you bring it home, and then you do something with the bag. Usually I would use them as like trash bags. Because that's what you do in the Midwest. So it's like sort of being reused, you know? It's better than just straight up throwing it away. Or they have like drop-off points where they supposedly take plastic bags and they will recycle them. So there's that. But I kind of feel like just not using plastic bags at all is actually pretty good. Like it's not bad. I feel like it's fine. And I feel like it could be doing a lot. It really is annoying if you are not used to that and you come here and you're like, what do you mean you don't have bags? Like, it's so annoying because it's so different. Like, I don't know how many places do this. Maybe more places like outside of the US do this. Let me know if you know any of these things. But I think that's like, that might be like one of the biggest like kind of like eco things that I've noticed here. There is I don't know much about like what actually happens, but there is or at least like there's one like beauty salon that I went to where any of the hair that they cut off of you, doesn't matter the length, it's not, you know, being donated for wigs, but like any amount, they sweep it up and they send it to this company, and the company takes like this human hair and weaves it into like a mat, and they use them to clean up oil spills and stuff like in the ocean. I think that is so cool because I don't think there are a ton of people that donate their hair. You know, like if you're donating your hair to make a wig, it has to be like, what, like 6 inches or something? Not everybody is, you know, doing that. You know, if I get like 2 inches of hair cut off, there's not anything there, no one's making a wig out of that, you know? So otherwise it's just being thrown away. But I love the idea that they like ship it off so that they can like help clean up oil spills and stuff. Like that is so cool. I have no idea how many like salons, barbershops do this, but I think it's pretty neat. At least the one that I happen to go to does that. Because like, I don't know, there's a video on YouTube that you can find. I don't know if it was a TED Talk or what it was. Maybe it was like Great Big News. I'm not sure. But yeah, somebody actually made a video, like a video about like, with this in details. Like they're talking with the company, how it works, why they use hair, like why it's really good at like absorbing the oils from oil spills and stuff like that. And it's really neat. Once I upload the video to YouTube, I'll try to remember to put a link from that video in the description for you guys if you want to check that out. It's really cool. It's really cool. I love like things like that. Like, like I feel like it is like a small change that can make a really big difference. Kind of like the bag thing. I think that's pretty cool. It's not like some crazy thing like, oh, everybody needs to go vegan because cows take up too much land and they fart methane. I don't know. I'm sorry to any vegans. There are lots of reasons you could be a vegan. But like some of these like changes, like that's a really big ask, to like ask like everybody to become a vegan, like that's a very big life change. But I love the idea of just, small changes that you can make that, that could make a really big difference. Like in your lifetime, but then if you also kind of like, if you have kids or friends or, share that with your family, like you're spreading that to like more and more people. And like, I think like over time, just like how, vegetarianism and like veganism have kind of over time have gotten more popular and more people have been like adopting that. I feel like over time we could do some great things, even by starting off small. Because, like, if you start off way too big with any goal, like, it's gonna be way too overwhelming, and you're just going to, like, maybe give up. So it's, like, it's always, like, the small changes that I think can make a really big difference. And kind of, like, instill that in you as, like, a habit. I don't know. I'm not particularly, like, crazy, like, eco-conscious. But I don't know. We just kind of got into it with, like, the consumerism thing. I don't know. I'm sorry if this, like, feels, like, too... it's very off topic from anything related to art, I feel like. I mean, I don't know. I suppose you could make an argument for like art. I don't know. I feel like if you look at like any art, it feels like all of it is like sort of like useless in a way. If you look at from like this perspective of like saving the environment or like saving the planet and whatever, and like things that are biodegradable. I feel like nothing is all that great. Could be good. What could be a good art form? I suppose like computer type art. Maybe. Like digital art. But like a lot of digital art, you're probably going to like print it, on paper. I mean, paper's not that bad. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of hard to, be like very eco if you make art, because I don't know. I mean, I would suppose like paintings would, unless I don't know about the varnish part. If you put varnish over it, that's not so great, I think. But if you're looking at like just like canvas and wood, like that's gonna like degrade over time. I don't know. We just kind of like got in a hole with this conversation. But I don't know. I don't think you can be like too. I feel like that's like easy to like overthink, and I think, I do think we need art in communities. Art is really great for, I would say like relieving like stress, and just like, it's really nice to just kind of like forget the things that you're worrying about. You can kind of like relax and just, do something for fun. There are a lot of like really great kind of like mental benefits to doing art. I know a lot of people, like, if you're doing art for a business, it could be a little stressful because you're like, I have to get this done for this deadline or whatever. But I think like just, making art for the fun of it can be really beneficial for people. And I mean, you can't say that we should get rid of art either, because I mean, what would like communities be without it? Like, everything would be like so dull. There are probably worse things that we're doing, comparable to, worse things than like making art. Like, I don't know. Something about plastic. Something about plastic. Plastic's, I don't know, it's really not that great. But like, I don't know, I'm kind of one of those people that feels like on the fence about things. Like, I want a good alternative, Like, hey, I'm open to the idea of eating fake meat, but you know what? It needs to taste good. It needs like the right texture. It needs to taste good. And if it reaches like a certain level of like quality, then it's like, sure, okay, I'll do it. And I feel like a lot of people are like that. Like, especially like if we can get like the whole meat thing under control to a point where like you can't even tell the difference, if it's like real meat or if it's fake meat. Like, I feel like that's like, yeah, that feels like a good like point to be at. Like, I mean, I can't really imagine like anybody arguing that. Like, it just sounds like a good idea. I feel like I'm getting like, I don't know if this is like political. I'm just kind of like one of those people that's like, I'm just kind of like on the fence about the whole thing, like at the moment, but I'm interested to see where things go in technology and things, science things. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry if anyone's like a vegan or like vegetarian and I just like made you feel bad or something. I don't want to be like that person. I do feel like some people, like, I don't know, I kind of feel like, like some people make you feel bad if you are not a vegan. They're like, you're killing animals, and They like just make you feel bad. Like I don't like that kind of thing. You know, because like if you just like feel bad about it, I don't think you're really going to do anything about it. You know, probably not. I feel like you're just gonna sit there and feel bad. I don't think you're gonna like take any action to like change what you're doing. It's kind of like, I don't know. I don't like people that are like too like, I don't know what the word is, like in your face about things, like their views. Like, I don't know, you know, like religious things, you know. I feel like people that like, there's this guy at the Saturday market. He has like a microphone and like this giant sign, and he's like yelling at people that they're like gonna go to hell. Like, I don't think, you know, I don't think that's going anywhere. I don't really feel like anybody is like, oh my gosh, yeah. Like, I need to, I don't know. I don't know what, I'm not really sure what the thing is. like you hear him and then you're like, oh, I need to go to church now. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like anybody says that to themselves when they like hear him. Like, I feel like that's for a lot of things where like people are like a little bit too intense about like their views. I feel like you just kind of feel like other compared to like what they're talking about. And I don't know. I think there's like some psychology between like, you know, like if you feel like you're with the, you know, we're people are like such like social animals, you know, like you kind of like want to be with the pack, or you want to be, I don't know, people like just want to put themselves in like boxes and like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people kind of want to feel like they belong. So if you don't feel like you belong, I feel like you're just gonna kind of like feel a little bit more towards like the people that are more like you. They're like the opposite of that, maybe. I don't know. I don't know a ton about like psychology. I'm not any kind of, I don't know. Like I never studied psychology or anything. But I don't know. I feel like I've heard something like that before. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. Well, let's see. Well, we got like a minute. I hope this wasn't like too polarizing. I feel like I'm pretty chill about all of this. And I'm just kind of, I don't know, I'm just kind of talking to myself really. But I hope no one feels like offended or anything from anything I talk about. No, just like not really art related. I don't know, we just kind of like snowballed. With the whole like buying things and consumerism. But you know, you don't have to listen to me. I'm just a random person that comes on YouTube and Twitch every so often. But I don't know, maybe I give you something to think about. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I guess I hope you like the stream. Like chilling out. I'm gonna put our little bunny over here with our other bunnies. We made some great progress with this one. We're pretty close to being done with it. Well, if you're watching on Twitch, be sure to follow along so you can see when I'm online for streams. Just a reminder that July 4th, the stream is going to be canceled. That is Thursday this week. And all the videos are uploaded to YouTube at calieandco. There you can find a whole live stream playlist. We have like I don't know, somewhere over 170 ceramic hours. So be sure to check that out if you're bored, you need something to throw on while you're doing chores, or I don't know. Yeah, so like the video if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, follow the Twitch, all the things. And yeah, I think that's it. I'll see you guys later. All right, bye.